Hi everyone, this is Yurong from CGTN. Nowadays, a lot of feminist movies are getting more and more attention. Do you know what is feminist movie? Today we're speaking to a young director who has years of experience study abroad in the US.
And your short film Grace Curious was screened in Beijing International Film Festival, especially the new her units, right? Yeah. So what is the movie about?
Grace Period is a satire film with a hint of suspense about how a woman overcomes toxic masculinity in gender politics at work.
You studied psychology when you was an undergraduate student, and also you have doing some script writing and also joined some art department. So why do you choose to be a director in the later years?
My major was psychology in my undergrad at UCLA. I was really passionate about psychology, and even now I am still passionate. But when I was 18, I wanted to be a psychiatrist, a doctor who cures other people's mental issues. But then I realized it's a very, very difficult job. At 18, I realized that. So I wanted to kind of shift around, and I've always loved watching films and reading about how films are made ever since, I guess, middle school, because UCLA is itself a really good film school as well. So I was able to join like filmmaking clubs and go on film sets by the graduate students at UCLA during my undergrad studies. When I got in touch with producing script development and later on production design. So I had this past experience in art. So I really enjoyed working in the art department. So after graduation for about a year or a year and a half, and I watched those all kinds of directors work on set. I just couldn't help but think, like, what if it was me who's standing there?
Your work has focuses on a lot of social issue like feminism or intimate relationship. So what's your next plan and what other style do you want to try?
Is sci-fi. I really want to use sci-fi, come back to the social issues that I still am very passionate about, like feminism and like problems in intimate relationships. Actually, last year in 2023, the whole year I've been working on or around the topic of sci-fi. At the beginning of last year, I shot my first sci-fi short film, Mama and Her Sleepless Nights. It's a film about a mother-daughter relationship with a sci-fi background and some sci-fi elements. And I had a lot of fun making this film because, for one thing, I realized how much peace science and science fiction can give me. And for the other, I really like how science fiction gives me power in elevating the stakes. Is how I can portray a feminist character through this AI character in a not very direct and obvious way.
And the commercial film and the art film are always defined by the audience. So what do you think about it? Or how to balance the two aspects like audience orientation or the self-expression?
I work more for audience-oriented rather than self-expression, because if I express myself and only a really small group of people can feel it, can resonate, I just don't feel it's meaningful enough. Because film is such a powerful tool when we have it in our hands. But I feel kind of obligated, or I want to use it to do something, to maybe push social understanding of something, maybe about women, maybe about other underrepresented groups. If I only express myself in it, I'm not using this tool, this medium, enough to its fullest extent. So I think communication with the audience is very important. I guess audience-oriented is always related to commercial film. I remember at school, my producing teacher told us, limitation is liberation. Because when you don't have limitation, you can do anything you want and things go crazy. So a certain degree of limitation in filmmaking, this kind of collective work to some degree, this kind of work that's created by a group rather than a single artist. I think limitation here can actually fuse something really creative.